Anthony Hartwig here with a Camel Volleyball Coaches Corner with Tyler Allen and joined with the assistant coach as well. Thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And Coach, why don't you introduce our guest too?
This right here is my assistant coach. Her name's Jackie Harsh. She's actually my sister-in-law as well.
Awesome to have you guys on. And this Camel team, man, we've been following them all season. I know we had you on kind of before the season started for a preview, and you talked about the excitement of this program. We have felt it all year. Now that we're gearing towards the end of the regular season, just one game left, I want to give you guys a chance just to kind of recap what you've seen from your team and how impressed you are at everyone's ability to just go out there and do so well every night.
At the beginning of the year, we had our ups and downs for sure. We really struggled trying to find a rhythm with our players, with our teammates, the coaching staff, and just being able to trust each other, and the girls just being able to believe in their own abilities and just kind of reap the benefits of the hard work that they put in the off season. And, it took us 7-8 games to kind of figure out where we were at as individuals and where we were at as a team. And once the girls saw, where they were and actually got to see their skill level and knew that, they can compete with all these other teams, with all these other schools, that's kind of all they needed.
When you think of, the goals that you guys set before the season started, how well do you think this team has kind of met the expectations that you had for them at the beginning of the season?
I think they've done a pretty good job. Again, I think we started off slower than we would have liked to. If we're talking number-wise, I think individual stat-wise, I think we're right where we were kind of hoping to be. I know the girls, they don't put a lot of focus on the individual goals. They're very team-oriented, and they do such an amazing job at that. We don't have egos. They're not selfish. Like they really enjoy the success of each other, and they celebrate each other so much. And last night was just a big example of that with senior night, and even with Carla's thousands assists earlier in the year. They just really strive, and they just feed off of each other.
Since you have a team that doesn't like to highlight themselves, I want to take time to highlight some of these players and let you talk about some of them individually. And I want to start with Carla, who did get her 1,000th of this year, and we had a chance to talk with her in an interview. What has been so good for her this season, and how much have you seen her grow from last year to this year? Not just as a setter, but her defense. She's putting up double-doubles every night. What have you seen the most growth out of her?
So that's the funny thing. We do awards at the end of the year every year. We just have a little get-together with the girls, and each girl gets an award, funny awards. And Carla, the first 2 years, the award that we gave her was, "Oops, I have to play defense" award. So that's one thing that she really, took to heart kind of, and something that she's just really focused on and just practice day in and day out, working on her defense, just becoming more sound defensively. And, I think that's a testament to – oops, sorry.
I was just going to also say I don't mean to interrupt, but Carla she holds herself accountable. So when Coach was saying that, she really took that to heart, she was like, you're right. I need to be better. I need to do better. And she looks at it as, when she's not doing her part in playing defense, she's the first one to say my bad. And she's sure she's going to get back and fix that the next time. So, she really holds herself accountable for her teammates.
And then when we talked to her, she was blunt about it. She said she doesn't like to play defense.
Yeah.
Not her favorite part of the game. But
No.
How proud are you that she's kind of taking that mindset of whatever the team needs, I'm going to do it, whether it's something I like to do in setting or something that maybe not my favorite thing to do in defense. And the younger players can see that and take it from her as well.
Yeah, she does a great job with that. Our big focus this year is letting the girls make mistakes and really pushing themselves outside their comfort zones to really work on the higher level skills. We've started to incorporate a faster tempo offense, and that's been really beneficial to us. And I mean, when you're doing something like that, timing's huge. Mistakes are going to happen. You're going to make mistakes. It's okay. Let it go, get past it, and just work to get better. And she's done a really excellent job at that. Angelise Diaz has done an excellent job at that. I mean, I could just go on and name everybody on our team, but the girls are really buying in. They're okay making mistakes. They're okay playing the right way to get better.
Right. We always talk about being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like we're always pushing to be better and learn something new and try something new, because that's when we're really seeing more success too. So they've done a really good job with that as well.
You guys have to be excited. You have a big dog, brand new big dog. Kendall Brunn won Big Dog of the Valley this week. He's put in the votes as a community. What did it mean to see the community and the school system back her up and put in the votes? Because that's what it's all about. Her numbers don't add into it. It's just how many votes she got. That's that simple. So what did it mean to you guys to know that the Campbell school and the Campbell community has your players back and put in the amount of votes that it took to get her that Baird Brothers Big Dog of the Valley?
It's really nice around here. We started to see it last year, a little bit of shift with the boys basketball team, making a deep run into the playoffs. And then our girls just kind of feeding off of that and just, taking their hard work and them applying it towards themselves and setting themselves a goal to reach. And the school has our backs.
Yeah.
I'm talking from the students to the teachers to the administration. Everybody backs these players. Everybody backs these girls. It's just so great to see everybody come together. Our student section's been amazing this year. More fans than we've ever had for volleyball matches, and just starting to see, fans from ex-players, ex-parents coming back that we used to coach. It's just really nice.
Yeah, we say all the time, Campbell's a really special place, and so we're just really grateful to be here and that our girls are getting to experience it as well.
Let's talk about Kendall on the floor, because every time you turn in stats, she's leading you guys in kills, and she's definitely got the season leading kills as well on the team. What have you seen from her, and what has worked so well on her offense and her swing this year?
I think that just goes back to the being okay, being uncomfortable. She's her freshman year, I think she was around 70-some kills. Last year, a little over 200. This year, she's at 315. She just keeps adding tools to her toolbox. Before, she would just very conservative with her swing, just try to keep the ball in play, afraid to make mistakes. This year, she's really thrown all that out the window. I mean, she's really focused on running a fast tempo offense, moving on the court, making sure that she's not stationary in one spot, really picking her spots on the court, reading what the other team's doing, and then she does the most at taking what the other team gives to her.
Yeah, and she's very open to trying new things. Coach Allen's always trying to get her to do something new. And before, she might, like he said, she was more timid. She might have been like, Coach Allen, you're crazy. And now she's like, okay, I'll try it. And so she's just been really open to pushing herself.
And one of the things that makes this team, raise the bar this year is, like every time I get the stats, it's other people contributing on the offense too. Syra Cross has put in a lot of kills. Angelina Diaz all as well. What's it mean to this offense that Carla has a lot of hitters to go to, and she can spread the ball around nicely and not just have one hitter that teams can block?
Yeah, I remember that this group's been here with us since their freshman year. They all started varsity as freshmen, and we really struggled to put the ball away. But they believed in each other. They pushed each other to get better. And because of that, Carla has so many options. Our senior, Angelia Matzi, she's really stepped it up this year. I mean, she's getting some nice swings. She's finding good spots on the court. Angelise Diaz, she's really worked on that fast tempo offense. Syra Cross does such a great job reading the court. She does an excellent job swinging from the back row, swinging from the front row. I've never seen a player that was able to follow the ball so well and be comfortable swinging with that ball coming from anywhere on the court, whether we're in system, whether we're out of system. Hats off to her. She just does a phenomenal job. She really does.
When you look at this conference, and obviously one of the goals coming into this year was to win more conference games than you did last year, and you definitely have done that, but this conference is still tough. Yeah, Crestview twice, Brookfield twice, Garfield twice. Liberty has put together a pretty good season. What's it been like to go through it and to see good competition every week and know that it's getting you ready for whoever you see in tournament time?
So we really revamped our schedule from last year. Last year, there were some teams that we saw twice to kind of try to build confidence for our girls. We've kind of cut back on teams like that and have just scheduled more teams. And then even looking forward to next year, we started to schedule some bigger schools. Our schedule is just about set for next year. And there's no easy games on our schedule. And that's what we're working for. Our goal before was, to get some wins, to build the confidence of our players. And now our girls know, and we know that we need to push ourselves. We need to play the best competition we can. Wins and losses don't matter. We need to push ourselves to get to that next level, because our girls' goals to beat Crestview. It's to win a conference championship, and it's to make a deep run in the playoffs. And I believe we can do it. And seeing the girls in the gym working all season, all off season, all club season, I really think they can accomplish that.
Did you see how much growth did you see between like the first matchup with Crestview or Garfield and then getting them a second time around and getting to see them a second time? How much kind of change did you see in the first matchup with the second in this season?
We saw tons of growth, not just skill wise on the court, not just trusting their teammates' communication, but they've done such a good job mentally, our players. Before we would go into Crestview and it's Crestview, and we wouldn't show up. We'd play a couple points and then game over. We would just pack it in. And that's what it was like the first time we played them, the first time we played Garfield. But we've really done a huge focus on the mental aspect of the game. Our girls have the skill, but we've really been putting that focus on the mental aspect, really believing in ourselves, believing in each other, picking each other up. The second time we played Garfield, we lost the first set by 3 points, the second set by 2 points, and then the last set 26-24. So we were in every single set, and we've grown so much, from the first time we played them to the second, and I think we've grown just as much from that point till now in the season. So, we're excited to play United in the playoffs and try to take care of business there. And then Berkshire's tough if we, take care of United first. And then, again, we want another shot at Garfield this year, but we know we have games and we have to play our best and take care of business up to that and just take it one game at a time.
Last year, you guys got that tournament win under your belt and you had the energy of that tournament win. How much kind of confidence does that give this team going into this tournament, knowing that they know what it takes to win in the tournament now? They've been in that atmosphere and they know that they can do it. It kind of gives them a confidence boost.
Yeah, I think the win last year was huge. It's the first tournament win in school history. I know we have the most wins in school history right now. I'm just trying to build the program, and just these girls want to leave a lasting imprint. And I think, the playoff win last year went and helped their confidence. But I think what we've been able to do this year, beating Champion twice, beating Liberty in 5 sets, beating Heartland Christian in 5 sets, being able to fight back and beat teams that we're not used to beating, and to not only beat teams 3-0, but to be able to beat teams with our backs against the wall, to really dig deep, to fight, to really just decide, hey, we're going to win this. This is ours. We can do this, and then doing it.
Yeah, definitely. I would say that's so true. I think that we've seen a lot of growth this year and towards the end of the season with, like we were down 2-0 and came back and won in 5 sets. Earlier in the season, if that were the case, we would have just packed it in and, lost in the 3rd set and we would have went home. So like they're figuring out how to fight back and, how to really, really push themselves. And, that's where Coach was talking about the mindset, really, really working on that mental side of the game.
Let's talk about this win at Badger. Because I know this was a big one, and it propelled you on this win streak that you're on right now. You go to Badger, who had, I think a 15-2 record at the time. They'd only lost 1 home game at the time, too. What was it like to go there and beat a team of that caliber on their home floor and to kind of solidify yourselves as a contending team?
I think it was a big win for the program. I think it was a big win for the girls. It was definitely a battle. Badger plays phenomenal defense. They have a lot of tough, a lot of scrappy players, and our girls they did what we needed to do. When we control the volleyball and when we control the first pass, I wouldn't rather have another setter on my team than Carla, and I wouldn't rather have the attackers that we have. They just do a phenomenal job, and it all starts with the pass. We've had lots of players step up, serve, receive. Gabby Villanueva Santos, her first experience starting as a varsity caliber player, and her serve receives just phenomenal. She's really working on her mental aspect of the game, and she's done such a good job with that. But yeah, we give all the accolades to our hitters and to our setters, but we really can't do it without the passing, without the serve receive, without the defense. And our back row players just do an excellent job with that. Abby Brose being a sophomore, Jada Coriano as a freshman being able to step in and fill shoes. They do an excellent job. Syra Cross, great passer.
Yeah.
We are very close to tournament time. So the one thing I want to ask before we let you go is, what is one thing that you want to kind of see this team improve on or do better in the next couple practices before you get your first tournament game under your belt?
Well, we haven't had practice in over a week because we've had a lot of games, homecoming last weekend. So there's a lot of things we need to work on. If we can keep our energy where it needs to be and control the pass and really communicate at the high level that we need to communicate at and just really work on the court, I mean, I think that's the keys for us to success.
Yeah.
And it's the little things right now, the things that you don't think are important, the things that are boring to do in practice. Those are the things that we really have to get back to and get back to our roots and really focus on what got us to the point where we're at. And that's our fundamentals, being able to do the little things the right way.
Yeah.
Thank you both so much for the time and being able to come on and give us a kind of a recap almost of the regular season. I know you have one more game before tournament time, but we appreciate the time. We appreciate this team. We love covering them so much, and we look forward to talking to you guys again real soon.
We appreciate everything you guys do for us. I know our girls really appreciate it too. There's not a practice that I don't show up to where our girls will show us articles that you guys write and all of that. So I know our girls really love it. We really appreciate it. And we just want to thank you guys for everything that you do.
Yeah. Thank you.
You got it. You got it. Thank you so much again for the time.
Thank you, Anthony.